Hello, all you Jackson Jills. Welcome to the 10th episode of Team Hurricane Returns. We've been returning for 10 whole episodes now, Daryl.
Yeah, did you ever think we'd make it this far?
Yeah. I figure at least as long as the pandemic's going, the show will keep going. After that, who can say?
Yeah, they'll be like, we've moved on to other forms of entertainment.
Right. Podcasts will be replaced with some kind of, like a sense memory you inhale.
Oh, yeah. What would the future of, what does the future of podcasting look like? I could see it being an inhalant.
So basically, you find a way to transmute experience into smell, and then when you inhale it, you have what feels like a really long dream and a whole experience. So a whole story, a whole conversation, whatever. And when you come out of it, it's only been the time it takes to take a breath.
Wow. Well, who is working on this now?
Not me.
Okay, me either, but we need to find someone who is.
Yeah. If anybody wants to buy the idea from me.
Yep.
It's called Smello Life.
Smello Life? All right. Got a patent, he says.
Proof of concept.
You got a nice patent clerk, I think.
Very generous. I flirt with him when I go in.
He's like, all right, Mr. Hamill, you can have this one too. You have a lot of patents, actually, a lot of proof of concept patents.
I have sued so many people on the flimsiest grounds.
That's where you take after our president. You were like, you looked at him and you said, I know what to do, and you did it. And to be honest, that is the new American dream, I think. America, the story of Sean.
Now, here's the thing. Like, I assume with like a novel, you wouldn't have just one whiff. You'd have to have like multiple whiffs to get like all of Moby Dick, you know.
I wonder if it would be like a subscription sort of thing, right? Like
the Whiff of the Month Club?
Yeah. Oh, that's another idea all entirely, I guess. Like, would you have like a bucket for like Moby Dick or something like that? Like a bucket of smell? Oh my God, but you'd have like smell overdoses, right? Be like the Scarecrow's nightmares.
It's basically, if you take too much or get the wrong kind, if you're not ready for like the Eli Roth unrated version of the sniff, you thought you were walking into Frozen 3. Your life's going to be a living hell for what feels like a small eternity, but is actually only a few seconds.
So really what we've done to do this is like aerosol DMT. To give you like so really what we're talking about super illegal. So also that patent clerk, man, I'm glad that you
he hasn't turned me in yet.
Yeah, man.
Oh my God.
I would, but I'm going to be honest, I'd do it.
Oh, I'd
Sounds
do
like
it.
Fun. Sounds like a good time. Smell-o-vision. Is that what you called it? Smell-o-vision?
Smello Life.
Smello Life. That's it. Because it's better than vision.
Right. Because it's a whole experience. It's not just watching something. It's like living through it.
Agreed. Smell-o Life. That's hopefully going to be a permanent sponsor whenever it gets up and going.
Yes.
So if anyone has any seed money or like venture capital they'd like to, we can turn this into a tech company too if you want, like.
Yeah, absolutely. We can diversify our portfolio.
Sure. We'll get an app.
We'll get into watches.
Yep, we'll get on the watches, and you can get a little squirt on the watch to.
You could be taking a dump and you're bored, and you're like, you know what, romantic comedy.
And then it's like, woo! And then like you have a real experience, and then guess what? You're done in the bathroom.
What if after it was over, like there was like genuine disorientation, like you felt like you were coming out of like like You thought that was your real life, and suddenly you wake up and you're sitting in a
What
men's
is
room.
going on here? I think maybe David Byrne from the Talking Heads may have come onto this at some point in the 80s. Perhaps we can get in touch with him and talk about it. I think he
can tell us about it.
Like, you're the father of Smell of Life, if
the spiritual forerunner, if you will.
Proto Smell of Life. So yeah. So anyway, what have you been up to? Anything crazy going on? It's crazy here. COVID.
Yeah, numbers are going up. Working a lot. Job is really busy right now, which is good because it doesn't give you as much time to think about how crazy everything is. Working on the new book. I'm closing in on it. Hopefully before the end of the summer, I'll have a draft. So pretty boring, grown up life.
When you finish that draft, we need to have like a little celebration on the show with like those noisemakers and like some poppers, like. All right, we'll take care of that off the
okay.
We'll take that offline.
Oh, my paperback, the paperback. If any of you out there have been waiting to pick up Cosmology, if any of the 4 of you listening have been waiting.
17 last week, buddy.
Oh shit! Hardcover, because hardcovers are just too expensive. Paperback's out August 4th. I will not get to do any touring with it, obviously, which is a big bummer. But it's coming, and that's kind of neat. Like because a book really, I actually don't own that many hardcover books. I started buying more since I became a published author.
Sure.
But, most people buy their books in paperback, so it's like the book is finally actually arriving for the majority of readers, I think.
Yeah, and I think that's really great. I always loved paperbacks, like as a kid, as a young adult. Like I had an affinity for them because, like, to me, they were cheaper, number one, and I was broke.
Yeah.
But also there was like I felt like a sense of like more portability to them. Mm-hmm. Like I could throw a couple of like J.D. Salinger like books in my bag and like paperbacks and like head out and do some shit.
I remember you walked around church camp one summer with a copy of 9 Stories in your shorts pocket, I think. Yeah. So
my shants pocket.
Yeah. Oh man.
They should have known then. They should have been like, this man he's not for here.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying not everyone that reads J.D. Salinger is an atheist, but come on.
Actually, I think a lot of them he's a Christian Scientist, so.
Yeah, I was trying to make a bad joke because you're right.
Sorry.
No. I know plenty of Christians who love J.D. Salinger, so. J.D. Salinger's for everyone. J.D. Salinger's for the children.
J.D. Salinger for everyone. That's the tagline.
Oh, that's how we're gonna reintroduce him to Zoomers.
Relaunch his brand.
J.D. Salinger, what was it, for everyone?
Yeah, is for everyone, like Star Wars.
Oh man, dude! Like, I think that we should get in touch with whoever is over the estate of J.D. Salinger and pitch this.
I think that would be Matthew Salinger, who played Captain America years before Chris Evans.
And you know what? I really liked that movie, so we should pay him a visit and tell him how much we liked it, and then
just kind of see where the night goes.
Yeah, say, hey, Zoomers are out there breaking windows and changing culture and taking down statues. You know who they'd really dig? Your pops,
the
man.
Glass family. Bunch of stories about rich white people.
Yeah, but there was a lot of like despair, dysfunction, and like
mental illness.
Right, which is incredibly prevalent in today's society. So I think that there actually could be a big. But you're right. They may also be like phonies. And then that'll be a ball game, right?
They've already learned the lesson it has to teach. The lesson has become the culture.
Yeah, and you know what? And wouldn't J.D. Salinger have been like, he would have been like, okay, I'm here for this. I think he would have anyway. I don't know.
I'd like to think so.
Salinger. My impression of him is, but I didn't know the man, right? Like, people are crazy.
Yeah. Well, and as we learn more and more these days, a lot of our cultural heroes aren't such great people.
Right. And I
or
think
they're
that
deeply flawed.
deeply flawed in a way that is oftentimes hard to overlook. Like,
Yes.
because not everyone is perfect. I understand that no one is perfect, but like, not everyone is good all the way through their whole life. But like, there's certain things you can look over. Like, dude, like, ran over a mailbox because he was drunk when he was 18.
Right.
And then he went to college, and then he got married. He's got a kid. You know, he's good. He's a good dude now. He doesn't do anything bad. He's a nice guy. You know, like, that's not something you hold against him forever. You know, like,
right.
But you know, Thomas Jefferson owning slaves. It's, you know, it's a tougher one. It's a more of a moral quandary.
Yeah, I'm
not for me, but
yeah. Well, you know, I don't know how to grapple with this, and I guess we'll see how it pans out in the years to come, because you and I aren't going to be the ones who decide this. But I wonder if there actually will be room for more nuanced conversations around this sort of thing moving forward, so that, like, yeah, Thomas Jefferson owned slaves, but he also wrote the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah,
you know?
and then bought half the country from France.
So, like, you know, flawed human being still contributed a valuable thing to the world, I think.
Sure.
You know, at least to our country.
Yeah.
To us, you know, so it's like I don't like him as a person, but I still have to, I can't erase him from history either.
Right. But I don't think that you have to exalt these people either. Like,
no.
You know, like and then that's, you know, we could get into a whole big conversation about that, I guess, but it's not funny, number one, because it's serious business. And I think everyone that listens to this probably knows where we come down on a lot of these issues anyway. And if you don't, well, you'll find out one day.
Or just go to Twitter or hang out with us once.
Yeah, I mean, really, yes. I think if you just go to either of our Twitters, you'll be like, oh, okay, I understand now. I have been weeding the rest of my garden. You know, it's getting hot here. It's going to be 102 tomorrow. Yes, it's running its course. But my lemon tree that I planted from a lemon seed, which probably won't bear fruit, but still cool to have out there.
Yeah.
Finally started like taking root, I think, in my backyard. So it's like growing new leaves, which is really cool.
That is cool.
I got my last of my cucumbers, and I made like 4 jars of pickles. Did a little jalapenos in one of them. We'll see what happens.
Are you genetic engineering?
Yeah, pickles. I'm going to change the pickle game, even though that's been done before.
Yeah, aren't pickles the result of genetic engineering? Aren't they?
Yeah, I mean, cucumbers? You chemically change them by putting them in vinegar and brining them.
Raisins are just dead grapes.
I do know that. I am also that we have these Mustang grapes outside, and I let them grow on my fence last year because I was like, I think you can make jelly from these or wine. And then you can, to both accounts, by the way. So I've got almost enough grapes to make freaking wild Mustang grape jelly. And that's my life now in the COVID pandemic. I'm a farmer.
I shaved my head.
You did shave your head. How do you feel about it? I think it looks good.
Thank you.
I think the beard like offsets it very well. Like it's very like contrasting, but in a good way. Yeah,
I think without the beard, I would just look like
Uncle Fester.
You remember the Ninja Turtles human disguises that they would wear?
Yeah.
It's just a bald white dude mask.
And like such a blob of a man too.
Like a really unattractive.
But no one seemed to like notice. They were just like, yep, there he is, that guy.
New York City.
To be fair, I've probably seen some people like that in Walmart, so I can't.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I mean, they would fit right in people of Walmart. It was like, why are these guys in trench coats?
What if some of the people of Walmart are Ninja Turtles in disguise?
That would make life magical, and life could use a little more magic.
It really could. Like,